Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the E Experience. Very first episode. I'm so excited to share with you guys and to bring you onto this journey. So, what is the E Experience? Of course, I am E, Erica. This isn't going to be your normal podcast. This is going to be more of a conversation. It's going to feel like talking to your best friends. It's going to feel like you and your favorite cousin discussing, what happened at the family reunion and how Big Mama lost a week. It's going to be very transparent, very real, um, and just true. Like we're not going to sugarcoat anything. We are going to get down to the nitty gritty. We are going to talk about finances, healing, self care, parenthood, motherhood, dadhood. We're going to talk about the dating pool. What's going on in your dating life? Are you dating? Have you just decided to buy a cat and keep it moving? This podcast is strictly for my 37-year-old teenagers because that's what I am at this point. Again, I'm Erica. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. I went to several high schools. Started at Carver, went to City, graduated from Northern. That's another episode in itself, right? I'm a mom. I graduated from Coppin in the University of Baltimore. I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, master's in criminal justice, and I'm working on another master's in human service administration, but that is on pause indefinitely at this point, right? I'm also an author. I wrote 2 books so far, Good Girls with Hood Habits 1 and 2. You can find them on Amazon.com or the app, Target.com, Walmart.com, Barnes and Noble, and I do believe I still have some in the actual Barnes and Noble store in Pikesville or Owens Mills, Maryland. They are in some of your local libraries, the local Enoch Pratt Library. I have some on hand if you want to buy them. Again, Good Girls with Hood Habits 1 and 2. Yes, 3 and 4 are coming out the end of this year, beginning of next year. Be patient with me. I have some children's books in the works as well. Both books do take place in Baltimore. At one point in time, I was a correctional officer, so there are some, um, I guess, what I want to say. It's based on Baltimore City Detention Center before it got tore down. I was a correctional officer from '08 to 2013. If you know, you know. Some things went down, good, bad, and ugly. But, we made it out of that. Outside of being a correctional officer, I was also a probation officer in Elton, Maryland, right before COVID. Once COVID hit, I got up out of there. Um, I was a substitute teacher for special ed. I was a 90-day crisis counselor and an hour one dispatch. We'll get to all of that and all my millions of jobs that I have had. I would like to say I am a Jane of all trades. If it's an industry that can be worked, I'm pretty sure I worked it, except for like the adult film industry. But the way price is looking, I might be there soon. No, I like to learn and I like to keep my options open. Therefore, I will pretty much work anything. I've done security, I've done customer service, I've done telemarketing. I've pretty much done it all, but that's who I am. So now that you know the who, let's discuss the why. Why am I starting a podcast? If you know me, you know that I'm semi-private. Like, I'll tell you some stuff, but I kind of keep all my bad shit to myself. I'm not a member of Misery Loves Company. I do not believe that. I like to keep my misery to myself. That's not good all the time. Sometimes you do need to have an outlet or avenue to go to talk, to vent, to get advice, to get help. And sometimes therapy is not it. So my why for this podcast is because I know as much as I keep to myself, there are people out there probably going through the same, if not worse things than I am. So I want there to be a place for you guys to feel safe, for you to talk about it, for me to be transparent and talk about it. Yes, I am about to put my life on the internet. Good thing I only have about 1,000 followers and only about 10% of them pay me any attention. So I don't I don't know. Now if this goes viral, that'd be great. But I don't see Zeus calling me anytime soon, right? I want to have, like I said, a safe space for people to go to talk, to vent, outside of therapy, outside of your normal, whatever your support system looks like, even if you don't have a support system. One of the main things I notice when I watch podcasts is like there's always this aesthetic of like the women are snatched, hair done, nails done. They already have some type of momentum going, some type of motion. Where are the regular people, with these podcasts? Or there's always the sportscasters that's doing podcasts, which is good. Like I'm glad that there are avenues for each individual topic, but I feel like my podcast is more like a living single friends type thing. We're going to talk about everything and nothing at the same time, right? I'm going to reach out to you. You're going to reach out to me. I plan on having some guests come on, some local Baltimore people. Hopefully, we'll get big and some celebrities will come on. If not, I can be a little delusional and think Halle Berry might sit in next to me. Let me live in my delusion. Y'all delusional about that man, so it is what it is. Anyway, again, just to reiterate, this is just going to be a fun loving type of podcast. I have no script. That's why you'll hear me say a lot. I'm just going to go off of the top of my head. I don't want it to be scripted because then it's not authentic. If I'm writing down everything I want to say, what am I really saying? Like, I want you guys to hear it directly from the horse's mouth, how I feel that day that I shoot this podcast, right? I'm a mother. I have an 18-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. Yes, I started a lower, mind your business. But that goes in also to the why I'm doing this. My son will be on my oldest son will be on a later episode to talk about his life growing up with a single mom and very limited father figures in his life and how that impacted him. And we're going to tap into it. And as ugly and as uncomfortable as that conversation is going to be, I want you guys to be on the journey with that. We're going to talk about strength. What is strength? Like, you doing shit to me being like, oh, it's okay, and moving on. That's not strength. That's me living in toxic behavior. That's me accepting bullshit, right? We live in a society where you're not supposed to have emotions, where you're supposed to just roll with the punches. That shit is bullshit. That shit does not work. It shouldn't be. I don't know who decided that was the narrative of life. You do shit to me at this point, I'm gonna let you know how I feel, and I'm gonna hold a grudge until you fix the problem. If the problem cannot be fixed, I'm still gonna hold a grudge, and I'm gonna move on. But you're gonna know how I feel. I'm no longer not addressing my feelings because that's how I got into a situation that we'll talk about in story time in a few minutes, right? Parenting, right? Are you a gentle parent? Do you have gentle kids? I'm definitely not a gentle parent. My 2-year-old probably is gonna kill me in my sleep. It's probably my fault because we were watching Scream since he's been born in Criminal Minds. So you can't gentle parent with these toddlers, and my 18-year-old definitely gives me a run for my money. But parenting is hard, especially when you didn't have, that two-parent safe space, easygoing life. When you had to get it out the mud, it's kind of hard to not have that same mentality, that same, mindset going in. Like, well, if I had to do it, you're gonna have to do it. But we're supposed to want better for our children. We should want better for our children, and we should give them better. So I am parenting Gen Zs, I think, and Gen X children. I think Tyler's a Gen X. as a millennial who grew up on DMX, Rough Riders, Jay-Z, Tupac, and it's lock the door and don't let nobody in. Like we didn't have nannies, and if you went to daycare, it was like your best friends, mothers, cousins on your dad's side that watched you for a pack of Newports and a Sprite, right? So, as a parent with these new kids, how are you handling it? How are you dating as a parent? Are you on dating apps? I unfortunately am on Facebook dating, and it's pretty much like Craigslist. Like, but you may know the guys because it's in your area. It's Baltimore, and I'm going to be honest with you, it sucks. It is not the best thing going on. Like, the dating pool has, I don't even want to say piss. It has fentanyl in it. Like, you might die dealing with some of these people, and I'm not just going to say it's men. Like, the women are just as bad. And then you got this thing where the couples want you. Have you ever been approached by a couple? I don't know what my face gives that say, hey, I would be a third, but I need to change that face because I don't want to be a third. I barely want to be a second. So, I mean, like, I barely wanted to be a partnership. So, being a thruple or poly is not me. I don't like share. I never like sharing. I don't like sharing. I'm pretty sure I have unknowingly shared a man, but I don't want to knowingly share my man. And as much as I love the LGBTQ plus community, I ain't looking no coochie. Mm, mm. That's just not my ministry. Oh, I'm a Virgo as well. Uh, so, like I said, we are going to get down and dirty. I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to answer my questions. We are going to just be very transparent and very honest and very open. So, let's get down to story time. If you are in Baltimore, you may or may not know my children's father. He did security for a while, which was a job that I put him on to. I'm just saying that. We were on some type of Baltimore blog a couple years ago because he was messing with the girl who is a known Baltimore stripper, and me at the same time. We were living together and raising our family together, and he was living with her too, however that works, right? So we ended up on a blog, and it was like she was the mistress, I was the wife, and that was that. We got past that. We stayed together. I want to say we sort of had like a open, not open relationship. When I say that, it was like he was doing him, I was faithful to the situation, pretty much. Yes, I was a little dumb. Mind your business. We listen, we don't judge. Um, but that situation went and left. Then he got with another woman, and the disrespect came, the hurt came, the everything. In the midst of these women, babies came. I got pregnant twice outside of Tyon, which is my oldest. I got pregnant twice. Tristan didn't make it. And then we have True. So now I have a baby, another baby with this guy. We're trying to make this blended family work. It didn't. In January of 2025, some things were done. Some physical assaults was done, and he left the home. Hadn't heard from him. Hadn't talked to him since. Since then, another baby has came out. The mother reached out to me. We talked. I thought we were on some old, they're siblings. Let's be kumbaya. We're good. We don't need the dad. He's a deadbeat. Whatever. Come to find out, I don't know if it was malicious intent that she reached out to me. I don't know if he got into her head. Come to find out, she recorded a conversation we had. Either he was there or she sent it to him. He and girlfriend or baby mama number 4, because there are 4 of us, 5 kids, 4 baby mamas. Either, like I said, either him, girlfriend, or him and baby mama number 4, or all 3 of them together. Maybe they're a couple. Called up to my job that I was working But a Baltimore County agency told them that I jeopardized their safety and they are in fear of it, and I was let go. Yes. The man got me fired from a job that was taking care of his children, who he does not provide for, he does not see, he does not call, he does not do anything for. And I found out recently because girlfriend called me from a blocked number about maybe 3 weeks, almost a month now, and told me that he was not claiming my youngest, although he signed the affidavit, although he was in my youngest's life for the first year of his life. We went, we did a 6 month photo shoot, we did, outings, family vacations, we did all that, but he's not claiming the youngest child. So now there's a custody case. I filed for full custody with Baltimore County Family Court. I put my oldest and my youngest on there because in family court, it's children under 19 and under that's unwed. So I was able to put my oldest on the case. Um, he was served. He did not respond to the service, so I did just file a default judgment. So I'm waiting for that. All this to say, this man that I have known since I was 8 years old fucked up my life even more. However, I'm a child of God, and I do believe this was just a minor setback to a major come up, but he has to live with the fact that he got his children's mothers fired and he does not take care of his kids. None of the five, I'm sorry. So I have two, and then each individual mother has their own child. Yeah, so that's the story time. That was the first of many story times that we're going to talk about. But that also just alludes to the strength of a woman and how men make it seem like you're bitter, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. The whole time they're the bitter baby dads. They're the crazy ones. They're the ones that's going out of their way to make your life a living hell. And you're just sitting over here like, bro, what? Like, I helped this man get his GED at 35. He's just getting his GED in CDLs, which, I mean, by all means, go ahead, but I helped you with that. Like, while you were finding yourself, I was paying our rent, I was taking care of our kids, I was planning trips, I was booking trips, I was, bonus mom to my bonus daughter who I love, whose name is tattooed on me, and I will never talk ill of her or her mom, although we've had some issues in the past. But yeah, so I did all that, and it still kind of was like I got shitted on, but that's where the healing process comes in, because I'm healing not only from my normal childhood trauma, being a single mom, but I'm also healing from being abandoned by my best friend. Because at one point in time, I considered him my best friend. Like I said, I've known him since I was 8 years old. We started dating when we were 17 and 18, had our first child at 18 and 19. Broke up for years, got back together. 2 more pregnancies came about. One pregnancy, like I said, the baby didn't make it. Second pregnancy, True's here. So we have 2 kids together, over 20 years of history of us influence his decision on how he interacts with his children and how he interacts with me. I no longer have a desire for him to be a part of my children's life. My oldest has the option if he wants a relationship with him, that's fine. He's 18. My youngest, he will never see outside of pictures that people steal off of my social media. I will not let him put the youngest one through what he put the oldest one through, which is the in and out of his life, the part-time, the uptown, the downtown, it's just too much. But wrapping it all up, that was my story time. This is the E Experience. I thank you for joining in. You can follow me on Instagram at the E Experience. I don't have a Facebook yet. I'm working on that. The email address is tntbb88@gmail.com. That's tntbb88@gmail.com. I'm going to try to drop episodes every week, so be patient with me. Like I said, the second episode will have my oldest son. We're going to discuss me raising him while he's raising me, because at this point we're raising each other. Um, I'm going to leave you with this thought. I share this with my son all the time. We always say this. It's never dim your light. You walk in the room and you shine bright. You never let anyone ever diminish you, devalue you, belittle you, or take away from who you are and what you are. Love you. Bye.